left religion and fundamentalist Christianity, especially in their churches, I realized that churches teach its members that conversion therapy and people who need gay conversion therapy are unnatural and messed up. Recently, I made a video of how Christianity and church creates their own addicts, especially with the corn addiction for adult entertainment. Purity culture creates their own addicts for something that isn't even medically acknowledged as a disorder or as an addiction, but for some reason they still think it's real. Christianity, and even all religion, creates a problem that does not exist. Something that is 100% normal, and 18 to 22% of the population are this way. It's completely natural, normal, and biology proves that every species, human or creature, has the capability to be this way. And there's nothing wrong with it. So yeah, Christianity creates their own problem so they can offer a solution. It's one of the most insidious, detestable things about Christianity there is. Creating a illness that isn't even a medically recognized illness, and creating a cure for something that doesn't need a cure. Think about that. It's like, what in the world? How in the world is this even something you want to do? If you take the LGBTQIA thing out of it and put anything else in there, we would be laughing our heads off. The idea that, oh, you're born African American or Latino, you need to go to a camp to fix that. Or the idea of someone being left-handed is sent to a camp so they can unlearn something that's how they're born. The idea that someone's a woman, that she has to be taken to a conversion camp to fix that she's not a man. I mean, putting anything in there besides being queer, and people would not take you seriously. Imagine putting someone in a camp because they believe in Lutheran Christianity instead of Calvinistic Christianity, even though that happens everywhere. It's stupid. Not everyone's straight. Honestly, I believe most things wouldn't even have a name or a label if they were the only one that existed. I mean, if straight people were the only orientation that existed, would we even call them straight? We would just call them people. I mean, if there was one shade of orange, we would call it orange. We wouldn't have different labels for everything. It's just what it is. But for some reason, Christianity creates their own issues that do not even exist or are medically accepted. But they still will risk young people's mental health and happiness and future on beliefs that existed back when the printing press existed and was created. It's lunacy to believe that everyone is straight, everyone wants to get married and have the same dreams and the same kind of family. That's what's so great about life. There are different kinds of family, different kinds of kids. There are different ways to live. There's as many kinds of orientations and life choices as there is types of food. And I don't know how many times we have to beat a dead horse, or in this case, somebody in a conversion camp. They just won't get it. There's nothing wrong with you if you're gay. There's something wrong with you if you think there's something wrong with being gay. And yeah, some mental illness can be disguised religious social hysteria. Just because you think something's wrong doesn't mean it is. I let people live the way they want to live. And as long as it's not hurting anybody, I don't care. The idea that two fathers can't adopt kids and have a family is bigotry, ignorance, and just downright hateful. The idea that two straight parents are going to be better parents than any other kind of group of people is not backed up with scientific and crime statistics. The group of people most likely to hurt anybody is the cis heterosexual group, because they are the most common, biggest group. So of course they're going to do the most. But we need to stop treating people like they're diseased because their brain works differently than our brain works. And if you force somebody to change, or they force themselves to change, we are missing out on a one-of-a-kind human being. There's only one of every human being on this planet. And if somebody changes to be somebody they're not for a archaic, just stupid expectation, we're going to miss out on the most interesting, complex, vibrant kinds of people. And yeah, a lot of queer LGBTQIA people are extremely famous. A lot of the Disney music from Disney movies were written by LGBTQIA. A lot of famous Disney characters were patterned off people who were alive at that time that were famous singers and theatrical people. It's rumored Shakespeare was gay. It's rumored that a lot of famous politicians, even Alexander the Great, was bisexual. And forcing people to be someone they're not, or squelch one of the best parts of themselves, is a hate crime. What they do in conversion camps are hate crimes. How they treat people for just being who they are is a hate crime. It's not okay. It's not okay how people treat each other. And hopefully in the next 50 years, all 50 states forbid and ban conversion camps as being the gross reminder of repression, ignorance, and just being on the wrong side of history that it is. Our country is better than this. We deserve better. Our youth deserves better. And at least 22 states have nixed the whole idea of conversion therapy as being wicked. Let's follow suit and get rid of something that's ignorant. And if Christianity has to create its own villains, its own imaginary illnesses to fix an imaginary problem, maybe we just need to get rid of that type of thinking. I'd rather live in a world that embraces people for how they are and for who they are than for any